How do you start going to the gym every day? I go to the gym every morning at about 4 a.m. and I do about an hour of lifting and then I run 10 miles afterwards. And to get to that point, it's something that is very, very simple. Anybody can do it. I started doing this literally 10 months ago. And I used to be very athletic back in like high school and college, like you probably were or are. And if you want to get back into working out so that you can feel better about yourself, so you can be a better performer at work and just be a better man overall, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. But I'm gonna be very honest with you, and the honesty can be pretty hurt. It can be pretty tough, but you need to be able to accept it. You need to look introspectively and ask yourself, at what point did you just turn into such a bitch that you stopped working out? Like, what happened? Did you get overwhelmed with work? Did you get overwhelmed with relationships, with kids? Something happened there that you went from being a man who works out, who goes out and has that body that is capable of going out and hunting the buffalo, right? Hunting the mastodon with your spear. And then you just at some point turned into some kind of a soft, wimpy ass dude who, just like me, had to go on YouTube to go and try and figure out what the fuck happened to them and why are they in this situation. Because I'm just like you. I was there and I'm working through it, and I'm glad that you're here to work through it as well. And so the place that you start at is first you have to find your why, right? What is the point of it? Why do you want to go work out every day and go to the gym? And for me, that reason is that I want to become the best version of myself and give that man back to the world. So that involves me being the best version of somebody who's athletic, who's strong, who's capable of fighting and taking care of himself and being able to protect his family, his wife, his kids. And that should be your goal as well, to become the best man that you can be and give that man back to the world. Once you have your why, then it's easy for you to continue to start something and then stick with it. So if you can build a system to yourself, build a system where you have the same repetitive nature. Just think back to like high school, right? Or elementary school. We all went to elementary school where you had a very structured program, right? You had to be in school at, I don't know, what is it, 7, 8, 9 a.m. And then you have your classes, then you get a recess, then you have some more classes, then lunch, and then you have, your final classes, and then your school ends, and you got extracurricular activities afterwards. And during recess, right? Recess happened all the time, same time every day, whatever it was, 11 o'clock, let's say, or 10 o'clock, and you guys would spend 20 minutes running around, playing around in the playground. If you can commit to having that kind of structure, because you now as an adult, you have classes for school if you're in college, or you have a job, or you got both. And so if you have a job, right, you have a structure. You have to be at work at 9 a.m. and you leave work at 5 p.m. You have lunch at 12, right? You have this structure. So you have to structure your morning, and you probably already have some morning habits. You get up, you make coffee, breakfast, whatever, you pack lunch for your kids, for your wife. You already have some kind of structure there and a routine. So you have to include working out as part of that structure. Just fit it in there and commit to it. So when you wake up in the morning and you make yourself a cup of coffee, you're committed to doing that every morning. You've been doing it for the past 5 or 10 years. You can do the same thing with the gym and say, I'm gonna go to the gym. And just start with 10 minutes. Don't make a big commitment. It's gonna be an hour or 10 hours or something crazy. Just say 10 minutes. If you got a long drive to the gym, I'm lucky I have a gym in my building, so I just, I started with the 10 minutes. It's easy for me to just go down to the elevator and start working out. If you can afford a gym membership, then commit to something that makes sense for the commute that it takes for you to get there. Or if you can't afford a gym membership, then go out and buy some fucking weights. Don't bitch out and say, I can't afford them, they're too expensive, go on fucking Facebook. You can buy a whole set of weights that would cost you brand new thousands of dollars. You can get one for like $100 or $200, or just go buy yourself a pair of fucking dumbbells. Whatever's the heaviest weight that you think you can handle, go to an Academy store or Dick's Sporting Goods, test out the dumbbells, do a couple sets, say, okay, you know, these 20s feel okay, or these 30s, or these 10s, whatever the fuck it is you need to start with. Then go buy yourself a used set on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or wherever the fuck you want. You could find something. They're not expensive. There's tons of used cheap weights out there. Or, at the worst case, fucking build them yourself. You see prisoners, they do it all the time. They sit there and they build their own weights. But, you know, you're not a bitch. You're not in prison. You can handle it. You could buy yourself some fucking weights for $20 or $50. So, commit to at least 10 minutes going to the gym. And I'm not saying do an hour, because what happens is when you're first starting out and you haven't been to the gym in years, I hadn't been in a gym consistently for over 10 years. And so when I finally said, okay, I'm gonna start working out, I wanna get to a 10-mile-a-day run, I had to start slow. And it was embarrassing. It fucking sucked. I'm going in there with the lightest weights and I'm just, you know, doing my thing. I look like a fucking dipshit, because I was a fucking bitch. I was this fat, disgusting, unhappy man, and I'm over here, or shadow of a man, because I used to be strong and powerful and happy with myself, and I wasn't for a long time. So I went in there like the bitch that I was, and I started my little bitch weights, and I started doing my little bicep curls, and you know what, it fucking sucked, but too bad. You gotta push through it. You have to push through the embarrassment of being a starter. But eventually, just give yourself a month, commit to a month of saying, man, I'm gonna look like a fucking bitch. But after a month, after 2 months, you're gonna be able to go up in weight. And so the point of it, what reason I say 10 minutes is because you wanna start slow. You don't wanna give yourself a tennis elbow, you don't wanna damage your ligaments, your joints by doing too much weight or doing too many repetitions. I think I went for about 2 months of 10 minutes a day. 2 months of 10 minutes a day. And I would just sit there and slowly work my way up. I did 5 minutes of lifting, 5 minutes of cardio. I can't believe I even fucking did that. You know, that it took so fucking long. Like, I'm never gonna let myself get back into that position. You shouldn't either, but whatever. If you're down as low as I was, you gotta start with that 10 minutes a day, and it's gonna take you 2 months before you can go up in weight, it's fine. Better start now than fucking 10 years from now. So, yeah. I started 5 minutes of cardio. Like, I fucking hate cardio. I don't like it. Every day I do the 10-mile run, I fucking hate it. But I'm forcing myself through it so I can get rid of the anger, get rid of the anxiety that I would have throughout the day, and I get rid of it. That way I can have a beautiful, wonderful day where I'm proud of what I've accomplished. But it started with 5 minutes of cardio. It started me doing 5 minutes on the treadmill, or 5 minutes, you know, uphill walking on a treadmill, or 5 minutes on elliptical. Elliptical is better for, especially if you're very overweight. Definitely stay on the elliptical, because when you have that much body weight and you start trying to run on something hard like a sidewalk, a track, or even a treadmill, your joints can't handle it and you're gonna injure yourself faster. So definitely stick with the elliptical. That's gonna be better for your joints. You're gonna be able to get more done. You're not gonna injure yourself, because that's the thing. If you injure yourself, you're gonna be out of the gym for a week. You're gonna be out of the gym for 2 weeks, just trying to let your knees recover or your ankles to recover. So be smart about it. Limit yourself. If you try and do an hour, you're gonna just burn yourself out, and you're gonna fucking hate it, and you're gonna quit after a week or two. You probably will quit after 2 weeks. I know, because that was about how long it took for me to quit. For the first year or so that I was trying to do this, I would quit every 2 weeks. So you want to slowly build up your musculoskeletal system so that you can handle more weight, you can handle more stress, more repetitive movements, right? Yeah, you can do, 1,000 of these with 5-pound weights, but your elbow's not gonna be able to handle the movement doing this over and over again, especially if you're gonna be doing it every day like I do. So start small, Don't stress. Don't burn yourself out by doing too much and working out for too long. And then it's really important for you to also adjust your diet, because there's nothing worse than a selfish motherfucker, a bitch of a man who goes to the gym, does the same fucking thing every day, works out, he's consistent as fuck, but you see him at the gym a year later, he's still the same fat fuck that he was because he couldn't stop eating ice cream every night or pizza or all the shit that he's been eating, which was my problem. I worked out a lot, but my diet was not on point, and I was losing weight, but very fucking slowly. I wasn't building muscle right because I wasn't eating the right amount of protein. I wasn't looking at my macronutrients or my micronutrients for recovery. And so that's something you need to consider as well. So for your diet, you know that your body burns about 2,000 calories a day. If you just laid in bed and did nothing, your body breathing, your heart pumping, your blood circulating throughout your body digesting the food that's in your digestive tract, and your brain burning energy just even as you're dreaming, as you're sleeping in REM sleep and all of that, that burns 2,000 calories a day. So if you eat less than 2,000 calories a day, you're gonna lose weight. And so those are the first two things. Go to the gym, be consistent. Go to the gym and do it every day. Find a system that you can stick with. Number 2 is your diet. Number 3 is consistency. Stick with the fucking program. When you commit yourself to working out every day, stick with it. Say you're gonna do it, and then just do it. Stick with it. And it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Build a system, build a process. Sit down, look at your habits, look at what you do every day, and say you're gonna fit working out into that as well. So that's how you start going to the gym every day.